Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses, or say your Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming to you the 2nd of December 2021 with the exposition, Testimony, New World, Disorder, with the continuation. But before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying, Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Nganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, Tisanyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o Sanu, de Zua, Enkonde, Ina, Mitash, Duburo, Pejalo, Vat, Bine, I, Binit, Barigalus, Vita, Ichi, Ayubon, Dobredoya, Velcomen, Estan, Ozut, Walang Anuman, bienvenido, Namaste Swagatam, Kush, Amadit, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Wanyong Haminida, Wanying Nyejeko, Anyamime Nyejeko, Wezolo Novio Mia Wezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder, we know it to be the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world. And yet, they have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with us by willful lies, deception, and delusion, having brought humanity and the nations of the world into this global helplessness. But we need to understand that all that we are seeing on the nations of the world, the taunting us on our minds and our helplessness, that is all an aspect of the diversionary tactics. They keep you distressed, helpless, under pressure, so that you cannot think and reflect on their ulterior agenda, which is the coming after your soul, my soul, the souls of humanity, and all people of the nations of the world. That is their ulterior agenda. They have stepped up from their agenda of going about the nations of the world, dropping bombs and destroying innocent lives just for the resources of the earth of other nations. Now they have stepped up. They are coming after your soul. So it is time for you to make a decision regarding where you want to spend eternity. We are all at stake, the entire human race. We are in a moment of decision. Nobody can make this decision for you. You ought to make it yourself. I have made it. Christ Jesus is my Lord. Whoever you are making that decision for, make sure you can trust Him with your life for eternity, because that is where we are now. And the whole of the human race is at stake. But we are most grateful to God that by this program, we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight that we may know exactly what to do in these times of global evil against the human race. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, the World Disorder, Humanity and the Nations of the World, and Akwaba from the Thanksgiving feast of the American people. Last week, Thursday, we had received Thanksgiving message calling on our heart and mind to think about the deeds of men. We called on the United Nations, the Congress, all of us, and even as America goes for the Thanksgiving feast. Although the wicked tactically pull the funding strings against us to avoid us being able to also have something a little to rejoice with the American people. The Friday, a day after Thanksgiving, was Black Friday, where all shops reduce their prices for the American people to be able to buy something a little for themselves. They tactically pull the funding strings and ensure that I would have nothing to be able to buy anything for myself. But the Lord is our shepherd, so we shall not want. We is our provider. So we are not moved by the evil deeds of men. Akwaba to the program. Testimony in New World Disorder. Humanity and the nations of the world. We will need to get some understanding into the cowardly secret killing of cowardly barbarous killing of the Haitian president. By the grace of God, we have received some insight, being very circumspect to the situation of the family of His Excellency Rawlings and the whole family of Anglo and the Ghanaian people. Very tactical, but however, we have received, we know that how His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings was killed. Nana Addo Akufo and his administration. There are stakes within America and supported by other forces external. They were behind the cowardly secret killing. But we would need to go into the killing of the Haitian president, which is the ugly and the result of the evil of this U.S. undercover agent. The Montgomery County Police and the company that I was working for, 7-Eleven Company, which is owned by one Nitish Shah and Van Dam Shah. At the appointed time, we shall expose their identity, we shall expose them more so the world know the kind of evil people that they are. And that as intends seemed to have assassinated me on the clock on June 30th had to result in the killing of the Haitian president, in the evil um, deeds of this U.S. undercover Montgomery County Police. So, humanity, we are going to receive detail about that. But before we received the Thanksgiving message, uh, there was a lot that was going on. The Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, which is supported by U.S. intelligence, technology, and money, to be killing innocent Ghanaians, Africans on the soil of Ghana. They had, in collusion with the then IGP of Ghana, James Opon Boni, and they were using the store of an African store owned by a Ghanaian woman. That was what they were operating as a secret terror cell with the Ghana embassy for making up of false evidence with the Montgomery County Police, FBI, using agents for um, all African food store. The Nigerian food store was used for the evil that led to the killing of Jerry John Rawlings, using his agents as a customer base for this African woman's shop and other recruits of the FBI and other agents of the terror network. We were able, amidst all the challenges, to stand up on the behalf of humanity and the Ghanaian people by preparing a document for wage claim. Because amidst all their greed and the fortune that they were making, the store was making at the expense of the Ghanaian people and the American people. They were robbing me of my income, of my due wages, and the company owes me almost $5,000. We needed to file for that wage claim because it's a huge step in regarding um, stopping, exposing the coward secret killers of the Ghanaian people. That step was very necessary. So, between the 9th of November to um, somewhere the 25th of November, we have been working diligently to file for the wage claim. And uh, we want to announce to you that irrespective, they went to the extent of recruiting an Ivorian in the home to enter my bedroom unlawfully, to steal a document, return receipt that are needed to attach to the wage claim. However, because of our FOCA, we exposing the agent at the home, they secretly came, returned. We were exposed, so they had to return the return receipt. So we have been able to file for the wage claim under law with the U.S. State Department of Labor employment standard services. The document is on the way to. But humanity and the nations of the world. In spite we didn't see on the Thanksgiving message, in the Thanksgiving message, that I didn't express any distress and I was well composed. Keep putting energy behind the American people as we call it on YouTube that we all join them in their rejoicing. What I didn't tell you, Bible says that a prudent holdeth his peace until afterwards. As I was preparing for the filing of the wage claim, the Montgomery County Police knew that there were some documents, pictures, which exposed them in their willful role in the covering using that Ghanaian woman's store in Gettysburg, Maryland, with the Ghana Embassy, Washington D.C., making a false evidence to cover up the killing of Ghanaians. The Montgomery County Police, their guilty conscience was haunting them so much that from on the 21st of November, while I was gathering the evidence and the record, printing them, they pursue me everywhere. So, feeling so uncomfortable, they were seeking my assassination on the 21st of November in the city of Germantown. But God helped me. Their evil failed. I had to go to work that night in Gettysburg. When I went to the company, I work by myself in the night when I was on a night schedule. The store is closed for customers entering in. I serve them through the window. But what we need to know is the African shop, just like this company where I work at now in Gettysburg. Every company that I've worked for since I got married with the US undercover agent, the terror network members of Nana Addo Akufo are used as customer base for the store. Beside FBI and Montgomery County Police recruiting a secret agent to act as customers, so that on the job they have to terrorize and persecute me. If they have to plan and chop off my finger, they chop it. If they have to physical attack, they go ahead. No law applies. So after their willful intent to get me seeking my assassination on the 21st of November, when I had gone to work, the Germantown police, assassin police, had to pursue me to my work in Gettysburg. Ghana, it is like from Tema to Accra. Let's say I live in Tema. I went to job in Accra and they had to send the police, come lie wait in the company. What he was doing is by hacking of the computer company surveillance, visible surveillance, and with the company database, they sent in. He was running the store behind the scene with the FBI. They sent in their agent to come make purchases as though they are customers. And before they come in, they have been networked with. They know exactly what to buy. They know the cost of it. So there is nothing real about the running of the store. So this police officer, assassin police, had come to lie wait on the company premises, regulating the store running the store behind the scene with their agents, hoping that they will be able to provoke me to any act of anger or I'll be outraged by their lawlessness, and the police would rush in to get me shot down and get me assassinated. I made the police running the store behind the scene with their agent. At the point I had to, it was dawn time. I had to open the store, come out, and capture evidence of the police, assassin police, for the fact that I have filed for wage. I was prepared to file for wage claim at the U.S. Department of Labor, which exposed them in their role in the covering up of the killing of Ghanaians. They must come to seek me assassinated on the job in the company that I'm working for now. I'm no longer working for the Ghanaian company. No longer. Okay. So after capturing the evidence, I transmitted it by WhatsApp to Ghana. And when I transmitted to Ghana, immediately that police had to move his car, flee from the compound. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program. Testimony, New World Disorder. You are thinking about, has it come to this kind of barbarous assassination by police, uniform police, bomb-wearing police? You haven't heard anything yet. Humanity and the nations of the world. I want to announce to us that there are stakes within the United Nations, the Ban Ki-moon cronies, stakes within the UN High Commission for Human Rights, who have exploited this situation of humanity for years, with stakes in America, with the Nana Addo Akufo-Addo's government. They have been seeking my assassination up to this very moment. And I know that they are working around the clock to get me assassinated, but I am not moved the least. I am not moved. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. We know that during the slavery and human enslavement, humanity understood that Africa was at stake, and we stood up with Africa. And eventually, slavery and human enslavement was abolished by His Excellency Abraham Lincoln on paper. But how we tried on paper. However, we know that slavery and human enslavement are taking diverse forms all over the sectors of America and around the globe. And humanity is repressed. We are enslaved and under servitude. We know this. However, we tried for Africa. We also know that during the apartheid in South Africa, we stood with Africa. We broke the back of apartheid and liberated South Africa. We stood for Africa. One more time, Asia, Europe, Australia, America, and all of the nations of the world, Africa, Africans are being killed for being Africans under secret diplomatic and political and religious approval. And they have shut down the entire human race. If I was expose them, they are coming after me to get me assassinated. It is Africans now, one more time, and humanity must stand up. Those in America and on the nation that believe and know that all men are created equal. This is the moment to stand up with Ghana and for the African people to stop the barbarous, cowardly, secret killing of the African people. Barbarous, cowardly, secret killing of the Ghanaian people using the medical field, killing us. We must stand up one more time. They are coming to assassinate me, but we are not moved. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. The assassin police evil work is just an iota. Let's watch expose part 2 and see that assassin police who was lying with and regulating the store behind the scene. On the Thanksgiving day itself, I had been to work, and as part of their plot to seek to get me assassinated, they had stepped up by colluding with the manager of the store. They step up with colluding with the manager of the store. She's a female. I want to withhold her name. With the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, the crime network of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. This time, what they decided to do was to let agents for the FBI, Montgomery County Police, that are used as customers for the store. They had made 2 of them before I went to work. They had made 2 of them while they are plotted with that Rihanna lady. What they did was they made 2 of their agents, because I have exposed the assassin police. They made 2 of their agents that act as customers for the running of the store to come engage in stage act of gun violence on the compound, so that they use it as a cover up that there is violence in the company, for which reason there is justification for the police to come lie way to see me assassinated. This plot was by the manager of the store, female, and the FBI and the Montgomery County Police. Can you imagine that? So I went to work, and it was morning after the night shift. The next time I went to work, it was morning. They had plotted this with the Rihanna, mentioned their name, the manager, that they should infiltrate the store with bomb-wearing police, because I was to work with her, that they should come to the company and view the company cameras, their damage control, company monitors, to seek the perpetrators of the gun violence, which is their own agents. Hmm? In expose part 3, let's watch the face of the agent of the Montgomery County Police and the FBI and the store that was used. That guy was made to pretend as the victim, and the guy that was made to engage in the gun violence, he's their own agent. Let's see the guy's face in expose part 3. Now, they are doing everything ugly to get me assassinated, but they must use ugly policing tactics with the FBI to cover up their agenda, their intention to get me assassinated. So, their next step, amidst all this, I was exposing text messages to WhatsApp message to Ghana to let the Ghanaian people know that my life is at stake. Now, the government of Nana Addo Akufo, the IGP Dampare, is colluding with police to get me assassinated, to the point of, let's hear what is coming next. On the 29th of November 2021, Sunday, within 1 week, they moved from getting police lie way to seek me to get me assassinated on the clock to gun violence staging on the in the company premises, so that they can be infiltrating the police, as though there is a danger at the company for them to come to use that as a means, hoping that they will succeed in any act of violence, get me assassinated. They moved from that on the 29th of November, Sunday, to the point of they seeking to set me up for a bomb plot. America, are we hearing this? False bomb plots to set me. Now, let me give us the names of the police officers that were used for the gun violence plot. That we know that we are talking about human beings, people that are on the taxpayer money, that are doing this evil to cover up the killing of Africans. Let me mention their names. We are not stupid. We are Africans. We are humans. The police officers that were used to stage with the company to plan the stage gun violence at the expense of my life, just to seek to means to opportunity to get me assassinated. Police officer Wagner, that is your name. Police officer Thompson. There's a police officer Avela. I stand to correction about the third name Avela, because the police, knowing very well that they were setting me up for the to use gun violence as opportunity to get me assassinated on a clock. He was covering up his name when he knew that I was watching him to get his name. He was using his hand to block his name. Police officer doing this. Officer Bezna, a woman with a womb. She has a womb, and she's aiding the terror of killing Africans and the covering up thereof. Are we animals? We are humans. This is it. There is one other police officer. He was lying with outside, and they kept me busy sending in the customer, their agents here and there, so I wouldn't be able to go out. I wasn't able to capture his name. But these Wagner, Avera, Thompson, Avela, Thompson, Besna, and one other. These were police for Montgomery County Police, Humanity and the Nations of the World. They orchestrated the gun violence with the company. They did that. Let's watch the individual face of the evil individual that they used for agent of the store that they used for to stage that gun violence with the other criminal. Humanity and the Nations of the World. On the 29th of November, they stepped up for bomb setup plot. Using Officer Head of the Montgomery County Police and Officer Olin, Montgomery County Police. Now, what had happened was I was working on the clock. At dawn, they were regulating the stores with their agents from behind the scene. Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terrorist of Nana Akufo, while I was serving them through the window. Now, what they did was, because they were getting exposed, the manager of the company, they were all getting exposed in their willful intent to get me assassinated. Now, stepping up to gun violence, stage gun violence, I had sent a report to the U.S. Justice Department exposing them. So, what they, I missed all this. So, they had, after the gun bomb plot, I have sent a report to the U.S. exposing them. So, we know that we are not stupid. We are taking our steps to ensure that the laws of the U.S. is respected. International law, human lives are respected. Now, at the dawn of November 29th, Sunday, while I was working and they were running the store behind the scene with their agents, they could see that they wasn't able to induce in me any anger, and therefore the next step they would do it with the fire department. They always work alongside the fire department and the ambulance department, hoping that if they are able to attack me and get me assassinated, the police, the ambulance might be there, the fire, they work alongside. So on that night, they have colluded with the fire department and the same police. They have set a building nearby the company ablaze. America, I'm saying that your FBI, the Montgomery County Police, the fire department, they did that evil. They set a building nearby. This kind of strategy has been used, staging of terror to put American people in fear. Since 2000, all through Obama's president, they were doing it. Whenever they want to suppress, they have staged terror. If they have to burn down property and near the place where where I am, burn down property to infiltrate it, to infiltrate the place to intimidate me. If they have to come there without any cause, and I'm exposing, it will be obvious. So if they have to burn down property to come to a place where I'm living with the fire department and use their presence to intimidate, to silence me because I'm exposing them, they do it. They have done it for years against the American people. And in Ghana, they have done it using the politicized national security. They burn down the medical central medical facility. They burn down markets. They call it it is national security, destroying property under the cover of national security. How stupid! They burn down market, Makola market, market upon market, to divert the attention of the Ghanaian people when they are getting exposed. So this ugly strategy of they burning the facility near the store where I was working is no new thing. If you go to ask intelligence service of Israel, you go to ask intelligence of Russia, many nations abroad, you know that this is a simple trick. Damaging of property by under the cover of intelligence work. It is done over and over again by various intelligence. So the police, the Montgomery County and the FBI, they have used that to burn the property near me. And then afterwards, at dawn, send an agent, one of the so-called staff from that store, from that place that they are burned, to come to my store and come play intelligence game on me that it is cold. She wants to come into the store and make a purchase of coffee. I said, I will serve you through the window. I served her through the window. She goes, and a few minutes after, they send bomb squad of the Montgomery County Police Officer Haid and Officer um, Oli to come to me at the company, knocking on the company's door. I should open for them to come in. I asked them why. They are police officers, so they have to come in. I said, my management having mandated me to open the door for anybody to come in, so I will not let you in. They said they are coming in to inspect the company cameras for explosive bomb. I said, still, I will not allow you to come in. Why? They were setting me up. I was there with them. They want to come in, view the company monitors that I permitted them to come in. They have set up with their agent to go burn up the building. They could easily have made the person come put, while I was in the company working, they put any explosive item on the compound and say that they found it where I was working. You understand? So I refused to let them come in to come view the company cameras. That was Sunday, the 29th of November. The morning was Monday. And let me mention this. After the gun violence setup, the police and the FBI recruited a female lady to play as homeless. She was a new recruit. When I'm working, she's in the daytime, she's made to enter the store. On the day that she's made to enter the store, as often time comes out as though to seek to provoke me. But you are coming to buy and go. No matter if you come the 100 times, that is up to you. But she was an agent for the US, for the Montgomery County Police and the store. So this new recruit, because I refused for the bomb squad to come set me up at dawn around 3 a.m. What they did was the next morning, Monday morning, before the manager come to take over the shift for me at 6 a.m. Just before she came in, they had sent the agent for the police via Montgomery County, the woman who is made to play homeless. Right after the gun violence, that is when they recruited that new lady for that agenda. That lady was sent to come in before the manager came in, just before the manager entered, to cause total havoc in the store, overturning store property, destroying. Let's watch the expose that follows. That expose, you will see the havoc. I was able to capture a little because the manager that plotted with them, she had come to the work. She was there, so I have to try and at least get something for us to see. Now, in expose part 6, we shall see the face of the woman on after all this evil on the 29th, on November the 30th. What the manager and the bomb squad have plotted to do was, I go to work. On Tuesday, the 30th, what I was telling you about the bomb setup, because I was working in the night, it started from the 28th and it fell into the 29th, when 29, which time I got off. So the 29th, the daytime, I was off at the company when the Rihanna lady came to take over. The 30th, I went to work. And that 29th, those so-called police officers who believed to have come because if it really there was a threat for which they must come quickly at the dawn to come and review the company cameras to seek the bomb plotter. Why is it that the 29th, that the daytime, they did not come to the company to view the camera to see if there was any such emergency for them to come descend on me on the clock at dawn? The next day they couldn't come. A day after Tuesday, when I went to work, the manager had plotted that the moment I stepped, she would let me go out when this time new police officer from the bomb squad should come to the company. When he's coming to the company to review the not officer Wade and officer, not the officers that came to me at night, under the cover of another police officer. That police officer who was coming to view the company cameras for the bomb, for the explosive. At that night, when the police bomb squad came to interrogate, they wanted to enter. They were finding means to interrogate me to confess that I know that somebody has come to get can fill out a liquid in a can on the company. I said I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about that. So I refuse to give them any information. On Tuesday, they come with this police officer coming to make investigation under a fiasco bomb planting. Just to find means to accuse me, to tie me to terror. That police officer came with a car, a truck, SUV truck, with the name, with the license plate, coded with my name. He was coming for bomb investigation, review company cameras, and his license plate was coded with my name. Everybody that has known me in my the school that I attended in Ghana, they know that name, that is my name. My family in Ghana, Tema, know that is my name. The bomb squad police had to use my name, code my name, to come make the as a license plate for the driver to come make investigation for that bomb setup that they were trying to set me up. Ghana and the nation shall cooperate to the police to the program Testimony New World. Sorry. In expose part 6, you will see the evil that the Rana and the bomb fiasco planting police that had come with the name, my name as his license plate, to view the company surveillance monitors for hours while he was doing that. The moment just before he got there, the manager had been told to orchestrate it, put me out that day. That if you talk Germantown, Maryland, get this, there have been flurries of snow. It's very, very cold. So that morning they plotted that let's freeze him in the cold. The police, they are bringing the bomb fiasco planting police under the cover of reviewing the company cameras. And they put me out in the cold, freeze me all day, but I was not moved. Ghana, America, let me keep out this. They know that Africans are not stupid. U.S. House of Congress, Senate, the Parliament of Ghana, all of us. Let's think about this. If the individual that they used to burn down the facility, if he had a liquid that he used for the explosive for burning out of the place, and he purchased the liquid, whether it is gas or petrol or whatever it is, would he be stupid to come buy it at the next store, next gas station to the place where he's going to commit his crime, knowing that there are cameras and that cameras will capture him? Would he come buy it there? And what is the evidence of the police to say that liquid which they use for the to burn up the place came from? It had a scent, it has a color that shows that it came from the company where I work. Can you imagine this? They were finding means to seek to tie me that I have been negligent and let somebody got fuel from the place to use it for explosive to go burn up the place. What a shame. What a shame. We are Africans. We are not stupid. Let's watch part 6. Part 7 is what to do. Humanity and the nations of the earth. God bless you. They cannot assassinate me because God is using you as a vessel to the defense of my precious life. Whether we are American, European nation, Australia, no matter who we are against the killing of people, the innocent, based on hatred. God bless you. And God bless my woman in Ghana. You can't assassinate